Alrighty, hello everyone, busygamerdad back again. Going to be doing a special session gameplay series. I know I said that for like the last 4 or 3 weeks straight, but just give me a break, okay? It's been a long summer. We are actually really excited to show The King is Watching on our session gameplay on this channel, where we take a look at a game over the course of 3 episodes for about 20 to 30 minutes, see if it's something that you can add to your busy gamer life, busy gamer library, something you can pick up, put down, pick up again at a later date. And this is definitely one of those games that is tearing up the Steam, trending charts. It's a really fun game. It's an part RTS, part auto battler. I don't want to say card game, but it's definitely got some elements of managing buildings and putting things and selecting the right resources to build and things like that from we'll say a narrative focused on what you choose to battle. And it'll all make sense when we get through it. So the developers were kind enough to send over a 1.0 release because I covered it during the Steam Next Fest and a couple other times, and I'm really grateful. So thank you, developers. Thank you very much for sending this over. I really do truly appreciate it. So without any further ado, we're going to jump right into it. I will have a link for the game should you want to pick it up for yourselves if you are interested in it. So I wanted to actually show you the authors of this game first. So these are all the wonderful people that put together this game. I'm not going to try and say their names. I was thinking about trying to say their names, but I don't want to butcher their names. I mean, there's some of them that I could certainly do, but I don't want to butcher their names. So if you happen to know these people, you did a good job. You did a good job. All right, cool. Play now. There was a bit of a cutscene when I first opened this up. I'm not going to be able to go show it to you, but they did basically say that, because I did the promotion, they actually gave me some resources to build up the town. I'm not going to do that yet. This is a cold start. Like, basically, we're not going to be going into this with any meta knowledge or anything like that. I have no idea what to build or what the right resources are or anything like that. This first episode is strictly going to be as if you picked it up fresh for yourselves. So we're going to go into preparation, and there is a tutorial. This is what we're going to center on this episode. Our king is going to be named King Baldwin. That's fine. Looks like we have easy mode, locked away, disabled. Okay, but we're going to go into the tutorial mode. The reason why we're going to go in the tutorial mode is because there is a duck. This is for my sister. The duck's name is Gustav, and he is going to teach us, as our loyal advisor, how to manage our kingdom. And I feel like this is really important because when I say this game is part real-time strategy, I mean it. You have this real-time strategy element in an auto battler kind of setting. So where you have this tile set right here, this is where the active tiles are, where you're watching, and they produce resources or troops or are otherwise activated. Then all the other tiles don't do anything. Absolutely nothing. Until you move your active zone over them, thus watching them, but deactivates other tiles. So that's the real-time strategy of it. You have to plan where you're putting buildings. You have to plan where you're putting certain resources so that you can maximize how they interact with each other and what you're basically able to turn out from the resources and the units and the spells. So Gustav is here to help us manage our kingdom. Strong economies build strong empires. To start off, build a couple of wells. They produce water, which is essential for basic production. So we can put them anywhere. I'm going to put them right in the corner. Your kingdom depends on your supervision. Only buildings within your gaze, like I said, this area, will work. You can move this around and rotate it by using the mouse button. So we just click and drag, or we can, I think it's a right click. Yeah, so right like that. Okay, so we're going to build a couple of wells right there. And then those two are going to be going on, doing their thing. Now, I don't know if... Yeah, W, A, S, and D do work as the WASD does work to move this around. And that might be a better input method for you guys out there. So wheat. Now we have wells, we have enough water, we can see our resources down here, and we can build wheat. So let's just do that. Drop that right there. And then you see our little... I love the animated portraits, actually. They're kind of funny. If you can take your mind off of the ideas of what's going on over here and you look at the little picture here, that's actually pretty funny, some of the stuff he ends up getting into. Alright, so we're first going to have an enemy force come in. So we need to get ourselves a grunt unit. So we need to get a wheat field going. Otherwise, they're just going to hammer on our walls. And so once we get that done, so we have these 3 going. I'm going to put this right here. Okay, you're doing great, King. Ruling the kingdom is not only about the growth of the economy, but also defending against enemies. You know a goblin's planning a raid on the castle. We can view this in the timeline. So we have our little guys going right there. Hopefully we will get enough. Here's our unit, our current gaze size, and this is our unit cap right here. So if I move you there and then over there, yeah, I should be able to turn out 2 of you. Yeah, I should be able to get 2 of you. 1, 2, and then if I drop you there, and then that increases our unit cap size. Let's see. Can I? Oh no, we need to get another handful of wheat and water. So let's go here. He got dead. How much water do I need? 42. So our walls are going to take a bit of a scuffing here, because our walls actually don't have any turrets on them. The castle walls have received damage. Keep them intact if we don't want the goblin inside our kingdom. Of course, that's what we should do, but I don't have a way of stopping him right now. Let's get enough to make... He's not doing too much damage. Ideally, you never want them to touch your walls. Ideally, you want to get like a, that perfect run, as it were. Okay, so let's go over here. Alright, so we were able to turn out 1 unit and destroy him. Alright, cool. We get a reward. We get both of these. So we get to pick this is the currency that we can use to buy upgrades or buy relics and things like that. And then we get a card. Well, I like to call them cards, but we get a structure. That's what ends up getting. You get a structure. Okay, and that's added to your structure list down here, your build options, as it were. But you only have a limited number. So we have 4 forests, or 4 trees. We have 4 small wheat fields, and we have 1 market. Gold doesn't grow on trees unless you tax them. You can get gold by selling resources at the market. Your next priority should be gathering enough minerals or materials to build it. You have everything required for the market. Build it now. I'm actually not going to. First, I'm going to get some peasants out here, and you can see how much health they have. They're not really the strongest units in the world, so I'm gonna try and prioritize getting them up to snuff. So let's see here. We should have everything we need for them. Is it gonna let me? There it goes. Okay, good. Sire, the hut has reached its limits. If you want to recruit more peasants, you need to build a new hut. And we can also increase it right here. Troop limit. Looks like you have reached the troop limit. Having a large army is very important, so I recommend you purchase this upgrade as soon as possible. So if you can start producing more upgrades. So we can do that, and it takes that. So we can do that instantaneously. But we need to get another hut out there. And the other reality is that we honestly don't have the ability to do that yet, because we don't have the card. We don't have the card for doing for placing another hut. All right, managing the market. The market is complete. Good job. To start selling, you need to choose a type of resource we're going to sell. That's simple. We can go click on where was it? That's not the sell blueprint, not this one. I think it's this one right here. And then we can manage it right now. So let's see here. Yeah, so if we click on him, yep, we can start selling. Okay, so if I were to sell anything, I would probably sell our wheat. Oh, darn it. And then I'm going to start selling some wheat. Those are some big goblins. Those are some big goblins, some big boys. Oh, dear. Thankfully, they're just ignoring my peasants and just charging right at the wall, so they'll be able to chip at them while they're doing their thing. I don't really like that I just can't do a darn thing about this. But we're getting some monies. We're getting some monies. We're getting that right there. Alright, so we claim our reward. We get this, we get the archery, and we have a new building into our encyclopedia, and we have the iron mine. New building, yep, this is our encyclopedia, I guess is what I would call this tile right down here. Or this location on our map. Not a map, our screen. Let's see. You have received an archery. Some proper troops that will be useful right now as raids are getting tougher. Let the archers shower the enemy's arrow while the peasants do the up close negotiations. All right, so what do I need there? Oh, I need them. All right, so let me focus on getting the resources up for this. I don't want to drop this just yet, but I do need to. So, yeah, okay, I know that resources are limited. I got it, and the building's about to run out. I know. I know. I want it to run out, actually. I kind of need it to, so I can drop another one there. Next wave is going to come before we can get a chance to put the archery units down. You're probably wondering what this tile is here. This tile is a curse tile. They're random. You can get rid of them. I don't ultimately remember the mechanic to do that. I think you have to pay, or you have to it's like an event on the timeline that you can use to get rid of them. All right, so we're going to get rid of that, and then we're going to lean heavily on getting wheat. Okay, good. All right, so now we have this, and then I'm going to actually do this. We're going to get the iron that we need. Once you don't have a cap out on the resources, so don't think you need to. You know, have a certain amount in, or you're going to hit a ceiling. Just it doesn't have a limit on the amount. You don't need to worry about storage units, and that's also my naivety speaking right there. We don't have any artifacts yet, so the goblins, yeah, they just got destroyed. They just got totally destroyed. All right, so let's go over there, and then let's get some units. Building. Yep, so that guy's got 50, 15, and when they hit the wall, they prioritize the wall, so our guys can just kind of free hit. Oh, I guess not. They're doing some damage. They're doing some damage. All right, good. We won. All right, now we get a free spell. Moonshine Barrel drops a barrel that damages enemies, slows their attacks, and makes them drunk. That's not bad. Spills poison that damages enemies. Multiple spills do not stack. This is more damage, but this has a status effect. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one, though. All right, we get the Crystal Mine, New Building, and we get the Magic School. Looks like you've received a spell. Some of them can drastically change the tide of battle or give you bonuses. Drag and drop them on the battlefield. So that's ultimately what we can do. These are freely able to be cast. We can just drop them on the battlefield. You can produce your own spells by the building here, the Magic Academy, the Magic School. If we build this, we can do our own spells. And we could actually build that right now. We have enough. But I don't want to. I want to actually get ourselves this archery unit back up. So I got to get this going right there. Yep, and then the next wave's coming in. So you can see how fast-paced this game really gets. Come on. Just keep on churning away. At least they give me this one as like a little bit of a reprieve. He says as he gets his units dead. Alright, so we're going to put this one up here. And we're going to focus on doing that right there. Right there. Oh, they're all, yeah, okay. Go, little peasant guy, go! Do your thing. Alright, so we got through it. 100 wood, got a militia building, that's not bad. Now the prophecy. This is what I was talking about, where you actually have agency over the waves that are coming at you. Prophecy. King, we are given a prophecy. Here you can determine the next 3 waves of enemies that will attack you. The stronger foes give us better rewards. That's a really important line right there. So if you're not taking the stronger fights and getting the better rewards by the end game, which is a big boss battle, you are not going to have what you need to finish him. So keep that in mind. But it's a balancing act, because if you take a fight that's too strong for you at your current point, it will wipe you out. So it's really fun mechanic. The inevitable, these have to go in the line, and these are the optional. So these are the prophecy cards. You have to fight goblin, crossbowmen, and we get 45 resources. This gives us a levy barracks. This one gives us money, and this one gives us 45 resources. So if I were to do this one here, and So this is our crossbowman, and that's 2 swordsmen and a crossbowman. So if I do that there, okay, and then if I do an easy one in the middle, no, actually I have to take one of these two, just one, not both of those. I would rather take the money, I think, and then I could get a spell, but that's a fire mage, and they're usually pretty hard to deal with. The goblin pig is a really just big boy unit that really hurts, and if you don't have the right unit types to fight him, he can be really bad. I'll take him though, and I'll take the resources, and I'll take this. Is this what I want to do? So I get a kingdom infrastructure. Yeah, I don't want to go any further than this. This is pretty hard. This one is going to be the hardest one, I think. Or sorry, this one is going to be the hardest one, wave 3. But I hope that we'll be able to set ourselves up for success. All right, so we're going to start turning out archers here soon. I'm hopeful. So let that count down. And then that wandering trader is going to come. And that's when the crossbowmen are going to get here. Yep, okay. All right, so we got that going. And then just keep on churning out this. I need to get some more gold. So let's do that. Sell the wheat that we're churning up. All right, so there's those guys. Let's see here, 35. I don't want to use this spell. I want to try and hold on to it as long as I can. All right, destroying buildings. If you ever wish to remove a building, you can demolish it. So you do have that feature in that utility. Now that you're receiving new troops, you can replace the peasants with stronger troops. You can demolish the peasant hut. But I really don't have another building to replace them, ultimately. I mean, I have the militia camp, but, like, I don't know. I just feel like that's, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Sorry, most troops that you will recruit will give their own unique traits on the battlefield or production in some way. All right, so, yeah, maybe we should get rid of the one peasant hut. Let's get rid of the one peasant hut, and let's drop the militia hut. Okay, and then let's rotate that and bring that around. So we didn't actually do as bad as I thought we would. We really didn't. All right, Cyrus, some planning layout. The whole castle is formidable task. So if you ever need to move buildings somewhere else, you can do so by shift and dragging them. Dragging it to a new tile. Moving buildings suffers production penalty for some time. Ah, okay, so that's actually really nice to know. Oh, he's going to be dead before he even gets there. You hit him once. Oh, no focus fire. But I think we'll be okay. Nice, we won. Yay. Get the resources so we get to pick. I am actually going to take the wood. Yeah, I'm going to take the wood. And then we get some infrastructure. Speeds up King's abilities. We don't really have any abilities right now. We don't really need the brick factory. I guess the troop upgrade is really what we would take, even though we're never going to build it. I don't see me building this right now. I genuinely don't see me building this. The brick factory might be worth it. 25 chance. Let's recycle it. Let's recycle it, and then we'll claim the trader. All right, let's see here. So we have 95 bucks that we can play around with. We can get some units, we get some relics, and we get some resources and all sorts of fun goodies. We also can buy spells. Let's see here. Do I want a militia camp? That would replace our peasant camp. It'd be better, but we would be definitely need to think about that. The relics. Whenever your castle gains 1 HP for every troop that dies. Well, that's not terrible. We get some free money. Dead rat. We get some food. Okay. Metal. Troop training. Receives a pending reward. Market. Okay, so we have the market again. Trading faster. The chain lightning is a really good spell. Summon infernals. I don't think these stick around. I think they come, and then if they... After the wave, they disappear. We could do this one here. That's actually a really good just point and click and, you know, forget it kind of thing. So if I were to do anything, I would do probably this one The hunters unit. Ranged. Okay. So they better. They seem like a pretty good unit. Let's do that. Let's add this one, and let's get this. You can pause the game should you want to. Totally up to you and what you feel is going on if the game is moving too fast and you just need a moment to catch your breath and think about what's going on. So I'm going to actually demolish you. I'm going to put the hunter's unit out. Can I do that? What am I missing? Lumber. Okay, so I need to get this going. Yep. Okay, so let's move on with that. And then this will be the last wave right here. Yep, so there's the push bars that we can do for casting spells, lining them up, and things like that. Do I want to do it? Oh, I should have put that down here. Well, I'll just put this down here. There, and then I can drop this one if I need to. I might need to. Yeah. Alright, so our morale is pretty low. Sire, looks like your people morale. Different kings have different morale effects. Okay, current factors, so such as wine. But I don't really have that ability right now. So I'm actually just going to destroy them. And then I'm going to move this over here. I should have enough to get those going. And that should be able to finish these three off. Yeah, doing a fair amount of damage. Alright, so I got that. And he's fighting them off. Okay. We'll get another one of those guys. Okay, so we get some monies. We get basic production. The big well produces more water. Crystal mine. So this is how you make wine. You have to have the grapes, and then you change the grapes into wine. Really, we haven't really been hurting for any of these resources. So I'm actually just going to go here and do that. All right, now I need to think logically about what I've got going on here. So I need lumber. I need lumber. And then this is the last wave coming in. Do we do the wheat field? Yeah, let's do the wheat field. Yeah, see, that guy is just a beefy unit. Our warrior's holding his own, and that puddle's doing damage to him. So he went down, and let's get some... Let's see, got him out. I'm going to try and hold him off. Yeah, he's going to go down, but he's going down swinging. Keep going, guy. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh my gosh, he's actually winning. I didn't think he was going to win. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Tutorial complete. Looks like that was the last of them. Great job. The scouts are reporting that many more are coming. The true test of the kingdom lies ahead. But for you, take this. You've earned it. So we got 5 meta currency, essentially is what it is. See what you can purchase in the upgrade. The currency, the upgrade things matter. Like the council, the gallery, the challenges, the encyclopedia. Let's go to the upgrades because that's going to matter to us. So let's do that. And let's go in here. All right, so I like the eye that moves around. It's kind of funny, actually. All right, so access required, gallery, and the council. The council, I think, is the king's abilities, but I'm not entirely sure. All right, so some of these require a crystal. These currencies are used to purchase. Ascension crystals can be claimed each time you successfully beat a new threat or complete a challenge. Okay, so now we know where those come from. Now, I'm not certain. I think these correspond to a certain thing. Like, so these look like they're resources. This looks like it's a tile thing, more buildings. The green looks like different kings. Unlock the king's first quest. And it looks like, yeah, these are all different kings. And then there's some stuff up there. The blue is magic. New advisor. Interesting. I don't know what the advisors do. twins. At the start of your new run, obtain a basic structure. Random, improves a random tile. Okay. Requires the council building. Allows you to see upcoming bosses instead of just the next one. Ether speeds up production. So we need the council building, which is not built yet. Okay. At the start of each run, obtain 5 of each building. Small field. Note, you will not receive buildings banned by other advisors. Oh. Alright. So advisors are... Flunky's licking the crown. That's a little intimidating. We're going to go off of that page for a second. Let's see here. What do I want to do for our next run? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll think about it, and then we'll be doing this for another 2 episodes, so I'll have to clue you guys back in. This was busygamerdad showing you guys The King is Watching. Hopefully you guys like the content. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to check out this video and this game with me. I hope it's a great addition to your busy gamer life and your busy gamer library, and I hope to see you in our next episode where we'll be continuing The King is Watching in Session 2. Later.